Without so much as a warning, life hangs in the balance. Human endeavor turns to chaos. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever. I'm Ron Pitts. Prepare to experience some of the most jaw-dropping destruction ever captured on tape. A massive twister rips apart a farm on a day when 28 tornadoes ravage the state of Wisconsin. And a $300,000 drag boat disintegrates around its pilot at 180 miles per hour. You might want to wear a helmet because things are about to get destroyed in seconds. Excitement fills the air at the Thunderboat Regatta in Mission Bay, San Diego. Mark Workentine is about to attempt a practice run in his Top Fuel Hydro Whiskey River 2. He'll also be testing his boat's new propeller.
Now here it goes, about 2 seconds from now, the first Top Fuel Hydro of the weekend.
2 seconds out of the gate, the boat begins rocking as it speeds over the choppy water. Mark decides to press on and accelerate through it. At 180 miles per hour, the boat spins left and barrel rolls into pieces. The capsule breaks away from the wreckage. Mark's fate is unknown.
Okay, folks, obviously we have a problem out there. Rescue is on its way right at this moment. We will tell you as soon as we know anything.
Mark is alive. Anxious to escape, he opens the safety capsule. When water begins pouring in, Mark quickly closes the canopy. But it's too late. As rescuers race to reach him, the capsule starts to sink. Mark spots a diver and reopens the hatch. This flips the capsule upside down. Mark is strapped in his seat and trapped underwater. Divers take turns feeding him oxygen. Seconds later, the capsule is pulled out and Mark is okay. Although this accident destroys Mark's nearly $300,000 Top Fuel Hydro, he suffers no injuries thanks to his $20,000 safety capsule. August 18th, 2005. 28 tornadoes hit the state of Wisconsin in a single day.
They're flying everywhere.
That's more twisters than Wisconsin gets in a typical year. Police department dash cams and amateur weather watchers track the twisters with their cameras.
It's getting bigger. Oh man, it was like roofs coming off the houses. Okay, this sucker's getting bigger. We're getting out of here. Right now.
The biggest is a half-mile wide tornado that plays hide and seek with the small city of Staunton.
Man, it's coming right at us.
1 minute it touches down.
That is a big one.
Moments later, it lifts off.
Oh, just going up. Look at it going up. Oh, it's going back down.
And just when bystanders think it's safe, it drops down again.
It ain't getting sweet anymore.
One amateur photographer and his friends go from mugging for the camera
They're jumping up and down like it's taking you away.
to running for their lives.
Let's go, guys! Dude, it's getting bad. Get inside. Get inside.
The man, his friends, and family finally seek shelter inside the house.
Get in. Go right up. Where's the house? Get down. Hey, stop that farm up right there. That's how I'm ready to see. Now I'm going. Oh my God! Stuck in the neighbor's house. All right, watch the barn stuff. We're getting out of here. There's flying everywhere. Watch the barn. Holy man.
The churning funnel cloud sweeps in over the tree line. It takes aim at a neighbor's farm and begins ripping it to shreds. The damage to the farm looks bad, but it's nothing compared to the toll it takes elsewhere in the area. All told, the Staunton tornado causes more than $35 million in damages. Tragically, one person dies. 23 are hurt. The Staunton tornado was a Category F3, with winds of 200 miles an hour, and the ability to blow away homes, businesses, and whatever else is in the way in a matter of seconds. They're driven by 850 horsepower engines and reach speeds of 140 miles per hour. With a power-to-weight ratio comparable to a Formula One racer, sprint cars are brutally powerful, which can also make them brutally dangerous. The Williams Grove Speedway. A pace car leads 10 sprint cars around the quarter-mile dirt track. When the race starts, the vehicles come blazing around the track. Scott Zellers, in car 21, prepares to pass car 88. Zellers clips the rear of car 88, goes airborne, and barrels directly into the cameraman. Zeller's car cartwheels off the track, spewing debris as it goes by. The 1,200-pound racer crashes through a metal fence and finally comes to a stop in a yard 800 feet from the track. Emergency crews rush to the scene. Zellers is still inside the steel roll cage. Seconds later, he walks away from the 120-mile-per-hour crash. Zellers suffers no serious injuries, but his sprint car is a $50,000 loss. As for the cameraman, as the sprint car flies past him, he's hit in the head and knocked unconscious by one of its tires. Amazingly, his injuries are minor, and he's back at the track 1 week later. Wageningen, the Netherlands. During a thunderstorm, lightning starts a fire on the roof of a college dormitory where a construction project is underway. Emergency crews rush to the scene and help evacuate some of the hundreds of students who live in the 16-story tower.
Dat wordt niet te gevaarlijk, helaas.
Students are sent to the street and kept behind police barricades. All are completely unaware that with each passing minute, heat and pressure are building on the roof. As they and others around the city watch, the fire erupts into an inferno. Gas tanks used to power construction equipment are stored on the roof. The fire heats up the tanks and causes them to rupture and explode, creating a huge fireball above the building and shattering windows 5 stories below. Firefighters converge on the tower's top floors and bring the blaze under control. Because of the building's design, the interior of the dormitory is not heavily damaged. Of the hundreds of students in harm's way, all are evacuated prior to the blast. It's an icy night on Kentucky's Highway 75. Officer Bill Allen and his partner come to the aid of a stranded motorist. Another car rear-ends the patrol car. It's now facing oncoming traffic. These headlights belong to a red car whose driver stopped when he came upon the accident. Just down the road, another stranded motorist calls 911.
I'm okay, I just don't want to get hit by a car because it's really, really icy.
This caller won't be involved in a smash-up, but she'll witness one. The driver of the semi swerves to avoid the stopped red car. He skids on the ice. His truck jackknifes and crashes into the red car, which then slams into Allen's cruiser.
Cruiser was just rearing it with another 46 up here.
Oh my gosh, it's hit a police officer. Oh my God. You okay, ma'am? I need you to stay by. Ma'am, calm down. What happened? It hit a police officer.
Officer Allen is uninjured. He rushes to check the condition of the driver that he first pulled over to assist.
Get out of there. I didn't want to get hit.
The driver of the red car walks away with minor cuts and bruises. On a night like this, everyone involved could consider themselves quite fortunate. In the early 1960s, little is known about the crash behavior of passenger airliners. To improve safety and increase survivability, the FAA prepares a large-scale crash test in the Arizona desert. They're going to take a flight-ready Douglas DC-7 airliner and simulate it crash landing on rough terrain. Although the DC-7 will move under its own propeller power, it's connected to the ground via a special track system. Investigators want to see if and how these crash test dummies will survive various stages of the impact. The FAA researchers fire up the engines by remote control. The plane holds only enough fuel to operate its engines for the duration of the test, roughly 15 gallons. High-speed cameras inside and out will record every detail of the crash. The plane will hit a series of obstacles and barriers at 180 miles an hour. It takes just 5 seconds to completely destroy the 72,000-pound plane. First, dirt mounds obliterate the propellers and separate the landing gear. The right wing strikes 2 telephone poles representing trees. Impact skews the aircraft slightly to the right. The plane is pitched up, and the cockpit is severed from the fuselage as it hits the first and smaller of 2 hills. As it strikes the second, steeper hill, the plane completely breaks apart. Inside, the dummies survive the first impact. But when the plane hits the second, steeper hill, the result is catastrophic. Over the years, test crashes like this one have helped the government make air travel safer. The plane crash survival rate between 1983 and the year 2000 was 96%. It's the Dubai International Rally, a 2-day test of driving endurance through the Arabian desert. Cameras are stationed throughout the 400-mile course to capture all the action in the triple-digit heat. A speeding Land Rover creates an enormous cloud of dust as it approaches a strategic dip in the road. Perspective is distorted by the camera's long lens. The man behind the camera is standing just off to the side of the course, where there is nothing between him and the speeding racer. The driver hits a bump too fast, sending him airborne. The cameraman has no time to move. Here's how it looks from another camera.
Get on the phone, Paul! On the phone!
His panicked co-workers rush to help.
Yes, outside, please. Get on the phone, get a doctor here. Lie down.
The cameraman is fortunate to walk away with nothing more than a scuffed knee. The Land Rover is totaled. The camera heavily damaged. The driver escapes with only minor injuries.
Picture of fame.
Always checking rollbar.
The race goes on. Luckily, both men go home with their lives. Central America. For 5 consecutive days, the remnants of Hurricane Stan dropped more than 20 inches of rain on El Salvador, a country roughly the size of Massachusetts. Rivers and streams can't contain the deluge. Churning waters rip trees out by their roots, carry away crops, and overtake roadways. A stranded driver phones for help as floodwaters surge around him. When the road beneath him begins to wash away, he's forced to flee his car. Hundreds of landslides tear down trees, telephone poles, and power lines, causing widespread outages. Washed out roads and bridges make it nearly impossible for aid to reach El Salvador's more rural areas. Thousands suddenly find themselves without power and without shelter. In the capital city of San Salvador alone, the storm causes in excess of $200 million in damage. Over 72 public schools are so badly damaged, they're closed for the duration of the school year. Flooding destroys almost 75% of the nation's crops. Despite the best efforts of rescue workers, at least 65 people lose their lives. Rampant deforestation is believed to have contributed to the more than 700 reported mudslides. El Salvador remains highly susceptible to hurricanes, and this is unlikely to be the last time it suffers such devastation. I'm Ron Pitts, and we'll see you next time on Destroyed in Seconds.